Hello everybody, this is DJMK and welcome to another episode of SC2VN. And let's do a recap, as the drama of last episode was well over 9,000. In the last episode, Rocky's dealing with the aftermath of Excel's joining into Jet's team, which has gone into a media frenzy. The drama doesn't stop there, however, as on top of that, Enoch puts an ultimatum against just her. Perform well, or you lose your membership in the team and a chance of sponsorship. Jet decides to make a split decision by helping her show her skill while at the same time satisfying an old vendetta, going against Shock T1's Bolt. The snarkiest yet most talented Protoss player in the KPGA. However, through an impromptu session of Go with Go Mart's Mr. Yun, she realizes that she's been playing for fear instead of fun, which makes her doubt her self-confidence and if even she could carry her team through victory, considering being a foreigner and also being, well, in her opinion, the least skilled of the team. But after a literal and metaphorical slap of reason by Jet, and let's face it, it's more literal, kids don't do that, Mach realizes that she has been holding herself back, as well as she has tried very hard at the same time to make her place here. She gave up her savings to go to Korea from the US. She also has been training dozens of hours a day to make sure that she's up to the task. And now, with this new drive, she's been practicing for her last shot to prove herself to the masses and to herself that she could be what it takes to be an esports champion. Will she be able to do it? Let's find out in episode 5 of SC2VN, the esports visual novel. I know, it was a little overdramatic, but hey, it just fit way too well with what happened last week. But we are also going to come across a very difficult decision, which is training. Stunt is also a Protoss, but unlike Bolt, he's more of a one-base trick pony. Although very effective with it, it's not how Bolt personally plays. So, and as a result, it's not given Mach an adequate practice as she needs to. So the very first decision that we're actually gonna go through right now is, who is she going to play against? Are we gonna look for another Protoss? Are we going to play against Reva, who actually plays all three classes equally well? Or do we have to think of something else? So that's already the first decision we're coming across today. And that's something, like, even, usually I try to think about these kinds of things overnight, but unfortunately, I just could not come down to a good decision last night, because it's been really difficult to figure out what to do in terms of how to give the best ending. I mean, so far I haven't made any bad decisions in terms of in terms of how to I can't speak today for some reason. I apologize. It's that time of year, folks. But anyway, yeah, I've been trying to decide what to do, and so far, a lot of the decisions that I've made have not resulted in a bad ending, which is kind of atypical of a visual novel. But then again, it's not your typical visual novel, with the fact that you've got so many different decisions, yet so far I have not hit a bad ending. Usually, even from like the first playthrough, you would come across at least one bad end, and yet I haven't done so yet, which is really surprising. So yeah, there's that going on. But this could be, considering that it's close to the tournament, I wouldn't be surprised if this is when they start kicking in all the hard decisions, and this is when they're gonna kick in all of the bad ending material that if you didn't choose this thing, then you probably would have won, kind of thing. But thankfully I saved exactly at this point, so if I do end up messing up, I can at least try again. I mean, I'm thinking looking for another Protoss would be beneficial considering the playstyle, but on the other hand, it could take an eternity to search. So I am tempting to go for Reva, even though she personally tends to go for a more economic style of play, but she seems to know a multitude of strategies, and she may be able to match Bolt close enough that at least Mach could get a really good approximation as to what her skills could be. Something else, I don't know what that something else could be, because it just wouldn't make any sense. This is where I'm just going, and once again, I'm going completely blind, so I have no idea what's going to happen at the end. So yeah, I am leaning towards practicing with Reva because she's right here, and granted, it's not, we kind of learned also in the last episode that Reva doesn't like the game at all, it turns out. She just happens to be skilled at it, and uses it as a job, but it's personally not what she wants to be into at the very end. And so there's that, but the fact is, she is the most skilled out of all of them, even though she is not a champion, like Jet and Excel. So I'm tempted to have her jump in, because she has the most know-how, and she knows how to play really well. And she will give the most challenges, too. Because I think Bolt's playstyle was pretty similar to hers, if I could think of it correctly. So I think I'm going to risk it and choose Reva. I will show the other decisions in case people are curious on YouTube about what happens if you choose something else. I've saved it at critical points of the game, so if you're curious about what other decisions you want to hear about, I will do that. So I'm going to choose practice with Reva because she's right here, and also she knows a lot. So I'm going to choose that. Let's see what happens. Reva, do you think you play and place a stunt? I've not played Protoss in more than a month. Without a week's worth of practice, I would be a lesser opponent than Stunt. Damn! Truth be told, even our Terra micro isn't all that great. I hate to see him try posting like Brink Stalkers without time to get back in shape. Still, it seems wasteful that we haven't been putting her game knowledge to good use. Okay, so that's not an option, it turns out. So this is practically a dumb freak out that I had. I apologize. Oh gosh. I freaked out for some ridiculous reason, also what I said, sorry. I freaked out for no reason. That was ridiculous. So, I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to look for another Protoss. We could try. Yeah, I think looking for another Protoss would be the only other option, so let's do that. Could we look around the cafe for a Oh, wait, in the cafe itself? What? Look around. Half the people who are playing this new MOBA BS. Decent StarCraft players only show up for all-out attack. Unless they need a practice space for a show match, apparently. He laughs to lighten the mood, but Jet is right. Looking for someone outside of the cafe will probably take too long as well. So it would have to be something else. None of Jet's ever excelled, so teammates would want to help either, especially with the PR surrounding the team. Come on, think, be resourceful. So we have to think of something else. We'll have to do ladder or something. The stunt isn't providing enough strategies for me to prepare for, and Reva can't put the strategies that she knows into action. Wait a second! What Stunt sent earlier? What if we practiced 1v2? What? Stunt handles the units, and Reva handles the base management and picks the build order. That way I can face the best of them both. Will that even work? Excel glances to Reva, who seems as surprised by my plan as he is. I don't see why it wouldn't. It won't be a perfectly realistic game condition, but it's better than anything else I can think of. That sounds kind of fun, actually. Come on, Reva. Stunt pats the seat of the station next to him. With a shrug, she rises to join him. That is a good idea! Oh my god, way to think, Mock! For once, you used your mind in this game. Yeah, welcome to the stream for those who are just jumping in. We finally figured out our situation. So it turns out, finding another Protoss is impossible in this cafe, and then Reva unfortunately has not done Protoss in over a month, so she wouldn't be sharp enough to do it on herself. But Mock came up with a smart idea of doing 1v2, where Stunt does more of the micro playing, whereas Reva does more of the base management that she's known for. They're both of their strengths. So that way she kind of gets pieces of Bolt into people and see if she can work those two together. So that's what she's come to, which is really awesome. But honestly, there was a better way they could have programmed that personally, but you live and you learn. Something tells me I'm also gonna finish this today, and I've already decided my next game, which I think will hit up to more of what live streaming speed totally is, which is Jotun. I got the Valhalla edition for free on Steam last week, and I am ready to play that. And it looks really good, and it's just entirely by coincidence that it's also a female protagonist. It's about a woman who dies disgracefully in the battlefield and gets sent to Helheim, and so she basically goes through the tiers of Norse mythology, where she combats the gods to get up to Valhalla, which is basically warrior heaven. So that's the game I'm gonna play next on Twitch. I'm not going to be broadcasting tomorrow, though, because I have a GRE, which is basically the equivalent of Graduate Owls. If you catch my drift. So, yeah, no streaming tomorrow, because it's gonna actually hit the time that I usually stream at, and it's just, I'm gonna have no energy at the end of it. So, yeah, no streaming, but there will be a streaming starting back up on Saturday, so look forward to that. So, very well. And we'll go on with the game. Jet replaces herself in Reva's vacated seat, arms crossed and expression fierce. She's intent on seeing for herself whether or not this will work. When Stunt is done joking around doing a fusion dance with Reva, we load up a game with Reva and Stunt on the same team, and a setting enabled to keep Reva's base from spawning. So I don't have to worry about anything except destroying Mach? This is going to be great! Hey Reva! Build 2 gateways by our base for me. No, we're playing standard. Come on! Okay, how about a proxy Stargate then? No. I can hear you, you know. It will not matter. Such is the beauty of standard play. I soon find her confidence is well placed. Even with Reva's economy-focused build order, stunt stalker harass makes my life difficult. He dances the single unit back and forth to the entrance to my natural, always focused devoted to his control. It's painfully effective frustration that succeeds in slowing down my attempts at establishing economy and tech. My multitasking and micro brought to their limits, and we haven't even hit the 5-minute mark. This is insane. And very, very good practice. I don't have the chance to spare a glance over my shoulder at Excel or Jet, but I can make a pretty sure bet they're just as intent on the game as Stunt, Reva, and I are. The match drags on up until the Stunt Reva Archon rolls over a paltry force with a well-timed and perfectly controlled 2-base push. It wasn't even close. Well, they make for a tough opponent, that's for sure. You three down to keep at this? Are you kidding? This is amazing! I'm enjoying myself as well. The point isn't to have fun, it's to practice. Oi, oi, Jet. Why Nexus first? I want to see how Mach handles it. It's incredible. Playing an opponent at this level allows me to see the game in an all-new way. Stun's control is precise and crashes against my defense like a wave, but Reva directs the flow of battle like a symphony's conductor. They have achieved purity of form. Through these repeated losses, I can see just how unmatched I am in nearly every aspect of StarCraft. The moments of weakness for an opponent that plays such a clean The moments of weakness for an opponent that plays such a clean style are scant and short-lived, but they exist. I can create them by taking risks, using mind games or forcing mistakes. I felt these things in instinct before, but I can now see them for the truths they are. The element of human error is practically zero between Stunt and Reva. But StarCraft is a game of imperfect information. Anyone, even a perfect machine, is capable of being defeated. I'm done being afraid of you, Bolt. It's late in the evening when Excel calls her practice quits. 12 hours straight, minus breaks for lunch and dinner. 4 more days of that, she'll be ready as she possibly can be in that amount of time. The risk is Stunt and Reva falling out of practice, but there really isn't any other choice. At least it won't be long. Jet still hasn't acknowledged me with direct eye contact, but the animosity I felt coming from her this morning is all but gone. Neither Stunt or Reva seem even a fraction as out of it as I am. Yet as tired as I am, I find myself eager for practice tomorrow. I can only hope it lasts until the end of the week. I've got a few more things to take care of before the weekend. PSO Studio managed to fit us in the time slot right before the semi-finals for Team League. I've seen some of the promotion they're doing online. It's being hyped as a KPGA versus Foreigner match. Mox's been cast as the villain. A last-minute way of hyping up the match as it was on such short notice. The Korean Pro Gamer Association should not have allowed one of their players to compete otherwise. It seems they are beginning to sow the seeds of the transition from Brood War to StarCraft 2. It's hard to imagine the talent pool for StarCraft 2 could get any more deep. Bolt is the only one of a few dozen top-tier players being held back by the floodgates of KPGA's regulations. A win against Bolt ought to show KPGA players and their fanboys to shrug off those of us who switched to StarCraft too early. Don't even such bite, Jet. We switched because we were ready for a new challenge, right? She glances away, failing to match Excel's now wavering grin. I need to go. The rest of you, get some rest. Yo, Reva, wanna grab some dinner? We can practice our fusion dance for tomorrow. A Patara earring is necessary for fusion between 2 distinct earring stunts, and a hyperbolic time chamber is a more apt metaphor for Mox's training regimen regardless. A bickering Stunt and Reva exit shortly behind the stone-eyed Jet, leaving only me and Excel to the half-empty cafe. Don't bother worrying about yesterday. Jet told you, huh? Even if she didn't, it'd be an easy guess. You weren't giving it your all when we called it quits the day before. Figures. Sigh escapes me, leaving Excel to drop a hand on my shoulder. Eh? Just focus on the show match. If you still want to worry about sleeping in after winning, you come up around the team house for a day. Despite my best efforts, I can't keep myself from spitting out a laugh. Things have changed so much since I met you and Jet. For the better, I hope. Yeah, you guys are so goal-driven. It's kind of mind-blowing, actually. Best way to live, if you ask me. And good practice for the real challenge. Don't think Jet would be satisfied with a little bit of money from Enoch. You won't have time to pick the confetti out of your hair before hearing all about next season's plan. If she ever finds a reason to talk to me again, that is. Jet has her way of dealing with things. Don't sweat it too much. Just focus on your practice. Right. I will. I rise from my chair at last, checking my pockets on the way up for my key and wallet. Take care. I gotta stick around and ladder for a while. Coach has to keep his skills current, you know. Will you join the team as a player when your contract with Crash is up at the end of the year? Who knows? Let's just worry about the next few days, yeah? Fair enough. Later, Excel. He falls right back into his chair after a fist bump, leaving me to stalk the neon-lit streets alone. The city lights have never been so beautiful. I have no desire to leave Seoul's electric embrace now that things are finally starting to make sense. What if I hadn't run into Excel at Golden Zone Fire? I'd probably be booking my ticket for a flight home at the end of the month right about now. And without Jet, there'd be no team. No goal past the vague dream to qualify for the VSL. If not for Stun and Reva, I'd have no sparring partners, no teammates. Not to mention, no way to have earned Jet's confidence in front of Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim. No matter how he rubs me the wrong way, he's as much a part of my chance to stay here as my teammates. And Mr. Yun. Who'd have thought that the convenience store clerk I've been avoiding eye contact with would be the one to bring me back from the brink? You never underestimate a shopkeeper! Because you never know. Especially your seniors. By whatever means necessary, I'll repay those that have helped me stand where I do now. Yeah, now we got Mock the Champion. I love the evolution of these characters. For the third time, maybe scout the second gas. Build a damn bunker. Don't be so greedy. Make sure you stay clear of his vision if you're going to take that kind of drop path. They'll try to blow you over with Colossus so they manage to pick out your dropships. Prioritize your Viking production first. Yes! Just like that. With a couple of snipes in the Stunt Reva combination's High Templar, the Protoss army is left bereft of any kind of area of effect damage, allowing me to charge forward and go for the jugular. Even with Stunt's top-tier control of Reva's highly efficient production, I managed to push my way into their base and secure not one, but 2 GGs. I leap out of my seat in triumphant victory. Out of almost 100 games, that's the third win I've managed to clinch. It feels amazing. I wasn't sure that I'd be able to manage a breakthrough as a result of this kind of practice, but my control is noticeably improved. A good thing, considering the match with Bolt is tomorrow. Gah! Just isn't building more High Templar when I asked for Colossus! It was strategically unsound to push onto the map. We should have allowed our upgrades to complete and use the High Templar's drop defense. What do you know? You don't even play Protoss! Whoever places her index finger on Stunt's forehead, easily keeping him at arm's length. It's such an anime gesture! The pair quiets their harmless squabbling when Jet rises. That's enough for today. Eh? But it's barely 6 o'clock. The day before an important match is the most important. Not in terms of practice, but prepare mentally. Jet says so to no one in particular, making it a point to ignore me when I turn to look at her. New age method, huh? Better than the all-night cram sessions from the Brood War days, I suppose. It's scientifically proven to work. Besides, it's not like I'm giving her the rest of the day to do as she pleases. Damn. For Jet, even relaxation is ordained. Come on. We're going to Namdan. Again with Namdan? Pro gamers don't belong in a place without computers. Would you rather spend the rest of the day cleaning ashtrays at your mom's? They smoke in there? Isn't it dangerous to computers? You know what? You're all just jealous that you don't have a PC bong in the family. The rest of us share a laugh on the way out with Stunt chilling after us begrudgingly. Given the mood coming out of the cafe, I'm surprised to find that none of us have all that much to say as we loiter around a park bench. Stunt's attention is never strays from the game on his phone, or Rever and Excel simply stare off into space. Jet paces back and forth, though her gait lacks its usual purpose. Between all 5 of us, silence. Maybe all that much needs to be said. We all know the stakes. Everyone's done their part to prepare for tomorrow. It's natural for us to feel nervous. The key is to keep it from affecting our chance of winning. It is sad. I shift my gaze towards Reva, surprised to find her staring at the ground. What is? This may be the last evening we gather as a team. Come on, Reva. Don't say stuff like that. It won't do us any good. But it is the truth. Mock, let's win tomorrow. Didn't want to stop spending time with all of you. I have been a happier person since I joined this team. I would strongly prefer to stay that way. Guarded as she is, Reva intones the sadness that the rest of us are trying to deny. Even Jet ceases her march to observe the exchange. I feel the same way, Reva. I'll win tomorrow. I promise. The penalty for lying is death. Reva breathes out a sigh and collects herself. I believe that you will. Me too! Mock probably plays an important part in my story to become the greatest player of all time. The first chapter can't end with a loss. It just wouldn't make sense. An arm swings itself around my shoulder. With a glance, I find that it belongs to Excel. Feeling alright? Not as bad as before, but the pressure is still there. As your coach, I am obligated to encourage you to win. But what's most important is what you want. For what it's worth, I'm with Reva. I'll be sad to see you leave Korea. I've got more than enough motivation for tomorrow. Is that what we're here for? It isn't just for you. For the first time since she barged into my room, Jet addresses me directly. Her expression is devoid of the intensity that I've come to know her for. I wasn't lying when I said that you had the potential to be great. True as that is, it doesn't make you special. Everyone has the capability to be a champion. It isn't genetic or unique. I'm not denying the existence of talent, but it's not nearly essential as people make it out to be. StarCraft and everything else is about way more than that. Most people are either unwilling or unable to work hard. Simply being able to overcome that barrier makes it possible to do things that other people sit around and daydream about. If you've done that, you can lose without regrets. Have you? Yeah, I have. Good. That's all that's left is to trust it'll earn us the win. Silence follows Jet's final remarks, leaving us with an air of gravitas. Until a clip from Stump that saves the rest of us from our glum-faced stare down. Deep. Don't be a prick, Stunt. Alright, let's go over the game plan for tomorrow. How you play is up to you, but it's probably smart to stick with what you've been practicing. Yeah, I know better than to invent a build on the fly. How about you open us up, Jet? Still against the build Revan prepared for game 1? I understand the idea, I just don't think it's a sure win. Bolt will probably assume Mach is looking to steal a win, so he'll be on the lookout for something non-standard. It was devised with that in mind. If executed as planned, it should secure a lead, if not a victory. Don't give Bolt any respect that he hasn't earned. If you let him set the pace for the series, it'll be an uphill battle. I agree with that, actually. Alright, fine. It's just not my style of play. Moving on. How about mid-game? I was playing on my usual style. Dropships to establish map control and slow down his third base. If I scout that he's being too greedy, I'd go for the kill. That's solid. I wouldn't change anything there. Seconded, it's annoying playing against those kind of Terrans if I can't kill them early. Reva fidgets with the glasses, evidently disagreeing. Do not write off the possibility of mech. She's barely practiced mech. Why would you even suggest that? It's the ideal unit composition when played at its apex. Only she can get there safely, which would be practically impossible against a Protoss as lethal as Bolt. Reva concedes her suggestion with a shrug. Last thing, late game. If Bolt manages to get on 3 bases, don't try to end the game in a direct fight unless you have tons of defense prepared to slow down his march. The fully powered Protoss army is stronger than a maxed out Terran, so you have to look elsewhere to find an edge. The opposite is true in Brood War, so he's used to being the aggressor. If you see Bolt eager to engage with you, don't automatically assume it's because he'll roll you. That reminds me, are there any other kind of mistakes that Brood War players make when they first switch to StarCraft 2? You and Excel should know better than anyone. It's the little things, honestly. The knowledge that you take for granted that Bolt has to work for. You can look at 5 Marauders and know they'll crush 7 Stalkers without actually actively thinking about it, for example. You probably can't yet. That and his strategies. Bolt has been playing Star 2 for as long as you, so he's probably only on standard builds in the current meta. He'll be relying on game sense and mechanics to carry him through that shortcoming. If you can get a read on him, he won't be able to fall back onto an older style. And as strong a Brood Warrior player as he is, Bolt isn't immune to slip-ups, especially in a new game. If he expands too fast or spreads his army too thin, crush him. Yeah, got it. And I guess we've done everything we can. Nothing to do but play. You'll want to run through some warm-ups and get a glimpse of the crowd early to keep your nerves down, so don't be late. When I answer with a nod, Excel smiles. A final glimpse of the 4 faces of my teammates underscores that need to win tomorrow. Nothing else needs to be said. Everyone has placed not only their trust, but also their futures in me. Failure is not an option. You're the best around. No one's gonna ever go you down. You're the best around. I love that song. That was really good. But, yep. Getting to the end here. I won't be in this apartment for much longer. But I'm going to leave it on my own terms. How are you feeling, Mach? Eh? I blinked my eyes and rubbed them awake. An hour of warm-up at the studio has left me with only 15 minutes before the match is set to begin. The foundation on my face isn't a kind I've used before and feels a bit weird. Standard procedure for all broadcasted matches, or so the makeup artist said as she applied it. Behind Mr. Kim, a small crowd filters into the stage area. The semifinals for Victory Starly begins right after the show match, so it's unlikely that everyone is here just to watch me and Bolt play. But judging by the number of people sporting the black and white colors of Shock T1, there are at least a few. Oh, Mr. Kim, sorry. I'm well. Good. Best of luck in your match. Let's hope this is the beginning of a long and fruitful partnership. Get your snarky face out of my monitor! I lower my head in a curt bow. I appreciate it. Mr. Kim matches my bow with a nod, and then slips around the corner into the studio. Yeah, get out! Thank you. I really hate him right now. I really hate him. Oh my god. I'm just like, ah! I'm just really mad at him right now, so, For those who are just jumping on, welcome to the stream. I think we're on the last part of SC2VN, the esports visual novel. So yeah, there's that going on. I'm allowed only a minute of time to replace my time. I'm only allowed a minute of time to myself before the businessman's presence is replaced by Excel's. Ready? Yeah, I'm ready. And I am. I stretch out my wrists and crack my knuckles to emphasize it. Good. Let's go. But before we get into that, we have a special match before the VSTL begins, don't we? That's right. Most of you likely heard the news that Excel and Jet have left their teams to begin their own. Regardless of how the fans feel, one must admit that it was quite an ambitious decision. Certainly, the same-heated match to decide whether those two will have their risk pay off. The generous prize from Enoch Group has allowed us to host a show match between two wildly different players. A new sponsor! How exciting! On top of that, it's refreshing to see that KPGA has finally begun to embrace StarCraft 2. How much do we know about the Protoss Bolt? He's a very strong player from Shock T1. It's his first appearance in a StarCraft 2 match, isn't that right? We'll have to see how his brute force skills translate. What about his opponent, Mach? Do we know much about her? There was very little information available at the time about her online, so we must assume she is an amateur. All the same, she must be quite skilled for Jen and Excel to call her their teammate. It dawns on me that this match is probably being broadcasted online. Should I have told my parents or friends to tune in and watch? No. Enough. I'm tired of obsessing over acceptance from everyone from back home. This has nothing to do with them. Now let's get the comments from our players. Please welcome Bolt and Mach. Our production assistant just gestures me forward, and I step onto the stage. Bolt approaches from the other side, standing just a few feet from me when we come to a stop. He gives a wave, and a few dozen people welcome the cheers. Among them are the screens of at least 10 fangirls. With a microphone in hand, he addresses the crowd with a charming disposition, completely opposite from every interaction I've shared with him. First, I'd like to thank my fans for coming today. I've worked hard to prove that KPGA players will place first in StarCraft 2 championships in the near future. I've always performed well under pressure throughout my pro gaming career, but today I don't think that I have much to worry about. The comment draws a few laughs from the audience, KPGA fans and not. He continues. I'm confident that I'll only drop one map today. My opponent's year of StarCraft 2 must have earned her at least one win against my single week. That's just an outright lie, judged by the crowd's reaction. They're buying it completely. Foreigners can never compete in Brood War. I'm here to prove the same is true in StarCraft 2. I promise to show you all good games. Please cheer for me! He lifts a fist to another uproar of applause. What a fake piece of... Before I could spend any more time lingering on how much I dislike Bolt, the VSL hostess takes the mic from him and offers it to me. Say a few words to your fans. I was told you could speak Korean, correct? Before I know it, the microphone was in my hand. I tried my best not to look bewildered and turn my attention to the audience. Hello, I'm Mach. I want to thank my team for helping me prepare for today's match and the Enoch Group for sponsoring the show match. I will do my best to win. Thank you. My earnest approach earns me a polite response from the crowd, but not one that comes close to matching Bolt's. Please shake hands and go to your booths. Oh, snap! Bolt is first to turn. His smile, no doubt designed and manufactured in an underground KPGA laboratory, belies the edge I see in his eyes. He offers his hand, and I reach forward to take it for a single shake. I hope you practiced hard. I'm going to destroy you. I did. Don't worry. Not likely. Really want to see you lose. I know I exaggerated, but hey, that's how I would feel if I were up there. That's good. It'd be a shame to disappoint the fans of the uneven series. Doesn't matter what you want. You're trash. And after this, you'll never forget it. Agreed. That's sure to show exciting games. Easy to say. Let's see if you can actually do it. We separate without incident, and I turn to take my place in the booth. Jet stands outside the door with my keyboard, mouse, and mousepad in hand. What the hell is this? She drops the keycap in my hand. I think that's my Windows key. It doesn't belong on a pro gamer's keyboard. Fat fingering that during a battle will tap you out and lose the game. She helps and breaks eye contact. It's obvious that she's at least as stressed as I am. Jet, I've got this. I know. Do your best, Mock. Fighting. With a nod, she pushes open the booth door. Should I go more? That's fighting. Okay, there we go. Once inside, the ambient sound of the stage lights, cameras, and screens die down. All that I can hear is the subtle hum of the crowd and my own pulse. It would be peaceful, if not for the adrenaline burning through my veins. This is my first time inside of a booth. My heart is racing, and nothing to tell myself as I plug in my peripherals and configure my settings helps to calm it. Playing in front of a crowd in the VSL has been a goal of mine for more than a year. Even with how hard I've been working, it feels like there should have been more build up to this moment. Yet here I am. I reach out to touch the soundproofing material, if only to allow another of my senses to confirm that the moment is real. Even as I try to keep my focus away from the crowd and on the game, I keep glancing past the computer monitor and towards my teammates seated in the front row. They wave and cheer at me as the studio lights dim. I force myself to look back at the PC and focus entirely on the match at hand. You're the best around. Everything I've done over the past week, no. The months I've been in Korea, and even the time before that, it's all led up to this moment. You're the best around. No one's gonna hold you down. The second the loading screen ends, I put the plan into action. I run running my starring SCVs across the map. But I'm not sending it to his base. It comes to stop on the outskirts of his 4th base location. It's only barely closer to his base than mine, honestly. But it's close enough to buy me precious seconds. Rever called this build Proxy Everything. Depot, gas, racks, reactor, FAC, starport. I've drilled it to perfection and hit every timing within the second. Bolt didn't even scout. He'll pay for that mistake. My dropship runs straight into his base at a timing that normally wouldn't be possible. Every single one of those extra seconds is precious. Perfect! I unload my Hellions straight into his mineral line. He was completely unprepared. He tries to escape with his workers, but I'm too quick in giving chase. I'm not letting you get away, Bolt. My Hellions weave past a slow-moving army and do another blow to his economy. That one must have crippled him. He remains in the game only as if it acts in defiance. My victory assured, I march into his base in an overwhelming force and take a flight on his turf. Script together a final defense actually manages to dent my army, so it's not enough to swing the game with. Not bad, but game 1 is mine. A gentle knock at the door behind me catches my attention when the studio prepares for the next game. A moment later, the door slides open. Just as planned. Well executed, Mock. Seriously, where did you of all people come up with a build like that? Just because I love cheese does not mean I will not admit that it's occasionally useful and appropriate. I guarantee we'll be seeing it on the ladder for the next month. With luck, they will call it the Mock build. Maintain your momentum. Fighting. She hurries out of the booth and back to her seat in the crowd when I nod. Just as before, the studio lights dim, and the second match gets underway. Phew. Okay, keep it cool. The momentum is in my favor now. I should make use of this breathing room. I need to find out how Bolt's going to be playing for the rest of the set. We went for a standard expansion last game, but I wasn't able to see his army independent. The map is good for a 2-base game. I should definitely go for drop, but I think it's silent. Okay, first tricky part, because I think this is where the bad ending's gonna kick in, so I gotta be careful here. I am tempted to go aggressive early. Oh wait, no, I did not put that down. I am tempted to go with the quick. Wait, no! Whoa, wait a second, Bull is proxy getting me. God damn, I didn't even consider the possibility. I threw my game plan in defensive direction. Bull's attack is already overwhelming my mineral line. What, that was timed? I didn't know. Even with all the practice I had against stunts rushes, there's nothing I could do while caught so off guard. For every step forward I took with SC2VN Marine Micro, Gold sees a spy with damage to my economy. I can't stay in the game any longer and tap out of GG. Ugh, just like that, he evened up the series. I barely had time to take my headphones off before I feel a pair of hands clamped down on my shoulders. Keep it up! Stay in the zone! You got this! Oh, ow! Okay, enough! You got really lucky. Scouted your base first and you only barely missed the probe as it came onto your ramp. Come on! You're practicing with the future Protoss Bonjour and his macro battery. The next game is yours for the taking. Yeah, there's no way I'm letting another proxy get by me. That's what I'm talking about! Fronting! Alright, keep it together. There's no way I'll let a blur proxy get by me. Now, Scout reveals little information, save for that he's going for a one-base tech build. There are several things I need to be prepared for, so just make sure the front of my base is reinforced. As long as I keep my army on the ramp, I should be able to respond to any flying units. With each second that ticks by, I pull more and more away with the game. Just as long as I don't attack too aggressively and focus on maintaining a sizable army, I should be fine. Huh. Did he try this into something more standard? He takes some damage from a scouting stalker before hastily putting it away. Was that it? I should probably double check whether or not he's got an expansion down. It might be a good call to throw down a missile turret in the marine as well, just as a precaution. Blink stalkers! Dang it, he had vision on my high ground. Must have been an observer. Ugh, why didn't I see it? He's able to pick up several of my units and finish building my barracks. The numbers advantage heavily on his side. I enter my bunkers and rush them up my ramp, but he turns my own choke point against me and handily defeats my entire army's ridiculously precise macro. I have nothing to the left to do but GG and expect I'm now down again. Knock knock. Yo, how you feeling? Do you want the polite answer or the honest answer? You're playing well. You'll both be able to sniff out where you're the weakest. You need to confront him head on. A macro game with a KPGA Pro? Is that smart? Hey, no one ever said that StarCraft is an easy game. We practice long hours for the moments like this. Show the crowd how hard you can work. Alright, won't go down without a fight. Good. Fighting. There's no way I'm giving up now. I'm ready to prove to myself that I can beat this guy. Forget the score. Focus on the game. This map is huge, but I opt for conservative timing on my expansion. Both show no serious proclivity towards aggressive play. My scout reveals we're on equal footing. Alright, time to drop the hammer. The first drop manages to catch him with his army out of position. Perfect. He has to be rushing back to defend against this drop. With that knowledge, runs a second smaller force into his third base. Confirmed. The second prongline attack slams right into an overwhelming force. It's too late for me to pull away. That was his entire army? The damage I managed to inflict wasn't even worth the cost of those two forces. I'm fine. I still have a decent army. I just need to contest the center of the map. I can't let him take another base. He's already beaten to the punch! The clash briefly before I order retreat. Frank's been reinforcing the wounded army. I can't fall behind. Take more bases, keep my production going. Come on. Gotta deal some damage. Just sit here and let him power up, he's gonna roll me. Boom! Stalkers! This kind of pickup is just what I needed. Dang it, he's preparing for assault on my main. Pull back! To defend this! Just before his forces arrive, I get in position at the top of my ramp, It's like you need it for a while until... Boom! This is the type of error a Brood War player makes! The brand new attack was mine, not his. This game's tempo is back in my favor, even though I'm still at an economic disadvantage. I need to hit him while he's still building. Gotcha! The mineral line I failed to take down with my previous drop now lies in tatters. And this time, my two-pronged attack catches a weak flank defending his third base, pulling him apart. I'm inflicting crushing economic damage. All I need to do is win one more fight. I'm spending my minerals and gas the second I mine. My reduction's been on point all game long. There's absolutely no way this would have been possible without drilling for so many hours. One more fight. Just one more fight. I march across the map and then charge the frame for his natural expansion. I maneuver all the way of psi storms and pound powerful defensive units at the back of his army. With them all out of the way, I'm able to power through the rest of his force. Yes! He taps out a GG when I punch away into his main base. The series is even! My hands shake. The veins in my neck throb. My palms are covered with sweat. My throat is dry, my eyes hurt, and I can't stop bouncing my leg. You calm down? Sheesh. I don't think it's going to be possible. Typical amateur jitters. Don't try to ignore the adrenaline you're feeling. Use it to your advantage. What else do you want me to say? I already know what to do. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't give any thought to how I feel if I made it this far. I kind of feel like throwing up, actually. In that case, just imagine how sick you'll be when you win this thing. In more ways than one. Alright, enough chit-chat. Get serious, Mark. Fighting. Stay calm. Just one more. Cross the checklists. Depots, racks, expand. A stalker denies by scout in front of his natural expansion. Frustrating. Without knowing the timing on the second base, then sure of how much damage I need to do. If my dropships come out, I need to find a good angle to attack him from. Let's see. Whoa! What? 6 gates in a robo this early? How is that possible? That literally isn't possible. If I'm forced to witness the reality of the situation and march across the map, his army is ridiculously huge. This is insane. He faked an expansion and intentionally deployed this loud one-based attack to catch me off guard. I simply do not have enough minutes to prevent units to get defend against his army. I won't for another minute either. By then, the game will be over. I'm going to lose. No, I don't need to take a direct engagement to be winning against Bolt. It's time for a base trade. With my entire army loaded in 4 dropships, I sprint across the map and unload it onto his base. Bolt has 2 options. 1, pull back his army and suffer serious damage in the meantime, or 2, rush into my base and do the same as I'm doing to him. The option number 2. Alright, I've been in these kind of situations before. This kind of game is far less about macro, micro, or anything like that. It's all about staying calm and making the right decisions. I'm okay. His army is big, but mine is fast. I just need to focus on hunting his buildings down. We trade building for building. He runs in the main base, unable to get away from his massive force. Found another pylon! I keep this up, I can put him in an unwinnable situation. All he has left is a single pylon, the one he used to reinforce his attack. Just before my final building bursts in flames, I throw us down a supply depot in the corner of the map guarded by terrain distance. If he wants to win, he'll have to abandon his final pylon. It's looking like this game might end up as a draw. I'm about to ask if he wants to tie when I notice something in the corner of my eye. Whoa! He just pulled a significant part of his army away from his pylon! He's destroying the walk barrier! Darn it, I'm not in position to defend my final building. Not like this! God. I have to beat him to it. Go! Go! was crazy. Whoo! All is slow and silent. My heart thunders against my ribcage. I can feel the blood roaring through my veins. A second later, I rip my headphones off and scream in triumph. This high. I've never felt anything like it. All this effort and the hardship I poured into 20 years of my life. So she's 20! Okay. This one moment is worth it all. With a thump, Jet bursts through the booth's door and pounds my back with claps between her own cheers. She soon joined with the rest of my team and followed suit, sharing in my victory. No. Not my victory. Our victory. With some prodding from Excel, we collect ourselves and step out on the stage to show our gratitude to the crowd with waves and smiles. But before the VSL hostess can cross the stage for a post-game interview, Bolt emerges from his booth with a macabre expression splattered across his face. He wrenches the microphone from the hostess' hand and points it at me from the other side of the stage. Savor that win, you piece of... It's the last you'll ever have against me. The crowd reacts to the mixture of astonishment and encouragement, the latter coming in for the fans dressed in shock T1's black and white. Emboldened by my failure to respond, he continues. The current StarCraft 2 pro gamers pool disgraces esports. I push to my fans that I will expose these frauds for what they are. I hereby announce my retirement from Brood War. I immediately go in full-time with StarCraft 2 with the intent to take the VSL Championship on behalf of those who deserve the honor of calling themselves professional gamers. Wait, is it just me, or does the music sound a bit off? With that, Bolt slams the microphone against the ground, causing its plastic shell to fracture and a loud screech to emit from the speakers. He stalks off the stage and through the player's exit without another word, trailed by the stares of his fans. Whoa. There was no way that was a part of the KPGA's plan. That guy really likes to make electronics, huh? I wonder how many keyboards he's been through. I share a baffled look with Jet before the VSL hostess picks up what remains of the microphone and steps to my side. My teammates take it as a cue to vacate the stage. The post-game interview was short and informal, with half of the crowd completely unresponsive to my attempt to show good sportsmanship. Either they're on both sides, or they're impatient to see the VSTL get started. Still, a handful of people cheer me off the stage as the studio begins to set up for Team League. Among them, it's a familiar wisp of gray hair. But when I search for the face to whom it belongs, I don't see who I'm looking for. To my utter surprise, a trio of foreigners approach backstage with autograph requests. I oblige them nervously, unfamiliar with how to properly sign the mouse pads they hand to me. Thanks! Yeah, thanks! You rock! I scratched my head when they head off, surprised and humbled. Not a bad start, Mock. I try to find Jet watching me from across the room. She pushes up the wall and ambles toward me. And, for the record, I'm sorry that I hit you. Might have been what I needed. There's no hard feelings. If you bruised my face, then I would have needed more foundation. Darn it, Jet! It wasn't right. There's probably a better option. Yeah, Jet, there probably was a better option. It's in the past. Seriously. She smiles genuinely, far wider than what I've ever seen from her before. I'm like a good teammate. A sudden clap purchased the expression from her face. Just like that, it's back to the intense Jet that I'm much better acquainted with. Alright, enough back-patting. Back to the team, we've got places to be. Without bothering to answer my curious look, she rolls her wrist in the beckoning motion and leads me out into the hallway of the VSL studio. It's crowded, with even more people pouring into the studio in anticipation of the semi-final Team League match. But off away from the foot traffic, we find Mr. Kim with Excel, Stunt, and Reva. He turns to regard Jet and then me with a smile, restrained in comparison to my teammates. And the victor arrives! Congratulations, Mock. I lower my head in a bow without taking my eyes off of him. Even though you are sponsoring me, I am still not gonna trust you one bit. Just to let you know. Thank you. I'll send word for my assistant to publish a press release. Sponsorship should be no surprise given how quickly this type of information spreads. But it should be a nice PR boost for Enoch Red. Alright, I'll admit, that's a pretty good name. I'll leave the rest to Jet. I expect great things from you five. When Mr. Kim turns to leave, Reva, Stunt, and I probe Jet with looks. The rest? It'll be easier to show than to explain. Come on, it's not far. I follow line behind Stunt and excel after Jet takes off, stepping in time with the Reva by my side. She leans towards me with an awkward smile. Congratulations, you avoided the death penalty. Yeah, now instead of dying an instant death, I die a slow one at the hands of a Korean practice regimen. Oh, in that case, it is not too late. She gently chops the back of my neck. I feign decapitation and then straighten back up to meet her smile. Ah! This one. She tests the key against the lock only to find that it doesn't fit. No wait, this one. You retrace her steps back down the apartment building's hallway to a door we passed earlier. She tries the key and again it doesn't fit. Are we on the wrong floor? No, we just... Wait. Oh, it's the one across the hall. Oh my god! It's the T-Mouse! This time the key slides into the lock and then turns, revealing a mostly unfurnished room. It's small, and it's not in a great part of town, but I can't deny the pride welling up inside of me as I step inside, shoulder to shoulder with my teammates. We spread out instinctively, looking over the plain floors and countertops as if we were expecting a mansion. How'd you get this so quickly? It was a good deal, but I wanted to deposit more than a week ago. Someone else was trying to snatch it out from under us. You put money down in our team house without knowing whether or not I'd win against Bolt? Jet dodges the question by glancing away, leaving Excel to swoop in and fill in silence. Nice having a team that believes you, eh? That's not all, by the way. He gestures towards a woodenly cardboard box in the corner of the room. Stunt? I think you should have the honor. Somehow Stunt has found the time during this monumental occasion to pull out his phone. But as instructed, he makes his way to the corner of the room and peels off back the box's lid. What follows is the sound of unbridled joy. Hell yeah! He rummages around the box's contents for pulling free a red and white jacket. Where did my voice come from? Oh my god. One by one, Stunt practically rips them free and tosses them towards the four of us. I catch mine and on closer inspection find the Enoch Red logo on the back. Jet's expression is too neutral to be authentic. I think it's simply that she's had a hard time admitting that she had faith all along. None of that makes me happy, so I have no reason to press her on it. Yo! It's time to celebrate! You got your chance to celebrate a week ago. Now it's time to practice. Oh, how easily Jet breaks herself out of a quiet trance when the chance to play Empress arrives. Psst! How? There's like 2 PCs here. Come on, last time before our VSL chance, I swear. I'm with the kid. I concur. Come on, Jet. One last time. Excel, you're supposed to be on my side. The rest of you are too willful. I'll break you of it eventually. One last time. Stunt takes the opportunity to throw on his team jacket and sprint into the hallway. The rest was quick to follow suit. It's cold. The coldest expense that came to Seoul. But I don't feel it. I'm warmed by the newfound confidence, by the camaraderie I forged with my teammates. This is everything I had ever wanted. A team, friends, and a goal to work towards. when I took a step back, it seems silly. It's something I could explain to a random person on the street. I beat someone at a video game, I've earned a free bunk bed in a tiny apartment, and I'm obligated to work for more than 10 hours a day. But I can say with certainty, with the knowledge that I've given it my all, we're all gonna make it. Oh, I'm so happy. And that's it, peeps. That is the end of SC2VN, the esports visual novel. Like I said, the next game is going to be Jotun Valhalla Edition. And that's going to be more action-packed, so if you want something a bit more... If you want something a bit more action-packed, that will be the game for you. So I hope you enjoy that. But yeah, yeah, this is the last chapter. Just hard to believe I'm actually done. So... yeah, and I ended actually a bit earlier than I expected, so there were shots from StarCraft, StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. And of course there's, oh, they're the guys who who backed it. They're the ones of the characters that are in here. But yeah, be sure to check out the prologue in on the Kickstarter site, and then yeah, I hope there's a sequel at least that it covers her time in Mock's time in Enoch Red, but I'm not expecting it. But it would be more fun if they did. But yeah, I think out of all, like, this is not really a real reflection of many visual novels because this can, because a lot of visual novels, like, it's so easy to get the bad ends so quickly that, it's so easy to get the bad endings to these games that you often have to restart from where you came off from. So this is more of an easier novel, but in their defense though, for one, it's an American novel, so of course you gotta keep that optimism. And for another, the character that you play, and she's already in despairing straits with being a zero. Going from a 0 to a hero in no time flat, 0 to hero just like that. I had to do it! But anyway, yeah. She basically had so many dire straits in the beginning that she really didn't need to go through that. I bet there is a way to get a bad ending here, but it's very hard to do, so... So yeah. I'm glad that it ended up being a happy ending for Mock and her crew. Just makes me so happy. I'm just happy there's a happy ending. So, thanks to Blizzard and StarCraft team for being the inspiration for such an amazing visual novel as SC2VN. Apparently they started developing in 2014, so that's why a lot of the stuff feels fresh. And thank you for making this Team 1111. And, oh! We got an extra scene! Nice. Extra scene unlocked. So, let's check it out since we got a little bit of time. Extras. Becker scene. The top SC2VN Kickstarter backer 6 spotlight and the board scene written and developed with their contributions. Let's see. And then that's the prologue. So let's see this one. I'm curious. So, these are the Kickstarter backers. Can you believe this? Relegated to a scene in the extras? I didn't back the project for this. Calm down, we got a cameo in the main game, didn't we? For like literally 2 seconds. I wanted to go deep into my life and backstory. What makes me tick? What's for motivation? So this is going to be one of those extra scenes. Well, let's make the most of it. What story excuse for us to be here anyway? We won a contest hosted by the VSL. It includes an all-expenses paid trip to the VSL finals and a voucher for a free day at a hot spring just outside of Seoul. Wait, give me that. That kind of pandering isn't in the budget. Besides, this isn't an Otome game. 5 out of 7 characters are male, not including us or Mach. Are you sure about that? Well, it's certainly not a BL game. That's a decent ratio for esports. Rafa isn't brave enough to go outdoors unless it's for StarCraft. Leads to this with Jet for OVA-style hijinks. Oh, wait! I know this one! We would die for sure. According to canon sources, she could throw a shot glass at 85 miles per hour. That's before the Hydralisk range buff too. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Attempting a run-by would be a mistake. Fine then, no hot springs. How are we gonna spend our time then? There's plenty of things we can do. We can go to Seoul Tower or hike to a K-pop concert. What's with that look? The budget. We can only go to places that are in the main story. Ah, those cheapskates. Forget StarCraft. This actual dead game. Would you rather have cut your expressions and poses down to pay for us to sightsee? Good point. I value my emotions. Now come on, let's go find something to do. The Golden Sapphire Lounge. Do PC ROMs simply have lounge areas? I don't think so. It'd be too repetitive to show only the area with computers, don't you think? Also, the keyboard sounds get annoying after so long. I think sacrificing realism was a good trade-off. It says here the team was originally supposed to hang out at the coffee shop. Psh, hipsters. PC Bong Lounge is only fitting for a bunch of pro gamers, but they won't get to spend much time here in the future since they'll be slaves of Jet's team house. Oh, there was a sequel! Nice! The sequel will be very exciting. It'll feature 20,000 StarCraft scenes, a dishwashing minigame, and a single match in the VSL round of 32. Try to avoid the wrist surgery bad ending. Please don't get people's hopes up like that. What? Don't tell me there won't be a sequel. Hashtag broken promises. It's probably too early to tell without knowing the reception. It also depends on whether or not the game goes on Steam. Which it did go on Steam, so if you want to download it, it's for free. Oh, that explains the picture of the Pudge. Wait one moment. Do you see that object on the table there? I'm wondering that cigarettes exist? No! Another thing is going to be tea for terrible, terrible influences! Well, it can't be helped. So much else to be said of this place, so let's continue. Before we go, there's an anecdote here. Do you remember how Jet asked who Mach was by saying name? That exact same happened to the writer on an open bracket of a major tournament. I have a special note that says, Caliber is an S-rank bully. Please follow him on Twitter. Brutal! Where to next? Wait, we can admire our surroundings a bit. Look at the Korean on the signs. Wow, amazing. I wonder who performed the incredible feat of coming up with the characters. There's a high likelihood that one of the signs has an error. Well, you know. While we're on the topic of inaccuracies, Korean players are most often referred to by the real names instead of their handles as is typical in the Western scene. That one is intentional. Please, the team tried their best. Hey, would this coffee shop you mentioned have been Cafe Latte? I can go for a drink right now. A shame that we can't go inside. Look up! It appears that Onster has his own building in Seoul. Perhaps you could try there? Wow, the EG sponsorship really must have paid off. I wonder who runs the office. What in the world? What in the world? What? Just SK Kaku? Who knows? Well, let's go take a look at Stomping Grounds. They've been away from computers for too long as is. Game addiction is a very serious problem in South Korea. Be careful with those jokes, unless you want to undergo shock therapy. Ooh, street food. Are you guys hungry? It looks like a tornado potato. An intense food with a name to match. It would not surprise me to learn of a pro gamer with that as his handle. If we're going to for realism, it'd be more like tornado underscore potato. Maybe one is team name and the other is the handle. So pro gamer once had the tomato haircut, was probably the only hairstyle more gaudy than stunts. Google it. I'm serious. Okay, now I'm Googling this. Now I'm Googling this. Okay. Tomato. Haircut? Oh, you oh my god! This. Oh my good lord! Yeah, we need to get confirmation on that from StarCraft's official hair authority before passing judgment. Cause how would you put your headphones over it? Like seriously, how? We're not gonna speak material for jokes. Stomping grounds. Also there's the PC bung that Stunt's mom runs. He's the hero of the cafe until he's defeated and captured by Mach. Lucky for him, this isn't a game. Hard hero to a bunch of middle schoolers at least. How old is Stunt anyway? 16. That makes him 15 by our own standards. Korean age is slightly different. Something seems off. What is it? Why are they advertising for the VSL? It's just a little poster, I would understand, but that thing on the right covers the entire wall. Oh, it says that here this is originally a background for a qualifier area. You know the opening shot where Mach whines about losing? But there was only one scene there, so we repurposed it to be a second PC bung. What? That's lazy. Hey, don't speak badly of my establishment. Sorry, Mrs. Stunt. Do you think that there's a Mr. Stunt? If there is, he's in a troubled relationship with his family. Maybe he's always overseas, or maybe he's just a deadbeat. Oh, poor Stunt. No wonder he's why he's such a twerp. No male role models. He could have turned it a lot worse with the female Mach route if this were a type of Dojin. Please, this is one of those kinds of games. Let's not go there. I find this place more aesthetically pleasing than Golden Zonefire. I'm mixed on that one. So on the one hand, it's really nice, but on the other hand, I kind of like the comfort of Zonefire. Why couldn't Stopping Grounds have been the main cafe? Because then the game would be too dark. The story is about StarCraft, not Diablo. You have a point. In reality, most PC bunks have low light like this. It helps ease eye strain and makes it easier to hide from your parents when you have them return home in 4 days. When you say it so matter-of-factly, I get the impression that you know from experience. Don't haze me. We must save our efforts for the cast of the main story. You're right. We can't bother with infighting when our spotlight is so brief. The scenario is already 40% done. Good point. Who should we bully next? Mr. Yun's story is pretty close. Wait, what's with the look? We can't antagonize an old man. We'll show by the news as an example of the negative influence that foreigners have in Korea. Mr. Yun handles a respectable aesthetic lifestyle. He's known that he has any regrets about working long past the age of retirement. He said so himself, so it must be true. Now I feel bad. Please, the people that ship characters, leave Mr. Yun alone. His life is hard enough already. There's another minor character we can bother. Come on. What do you think it is that Enoch Group does? The main story implies that Mr. Kim's explanation is vague because he seems Mach is an idiot. Well, he does actually think that. Mr. Kim was also not being completely forthright. Excuse me, you can't just... Damn, he's not here. Makes it easier to talk behind his back at least. So what are the details of Mr. Skinny Tie? Well, don't you want to find some more suspicions that he was trying to sponsor our team out of nowhere? And his wording at certain times, too, was particularly ominous. Wait, don't tell me. Yes, it's true. Mr. Kim will pressure Jet to match fix. That's a huge spoiler for the next game! You just ruined more sequel potential, you monster! The hits were there. I'm merely pointing them out. Just a theory of mine, anyway. What a bastard. Mr. Kim is killing esports. Do you think that he's the one that KP got involved with? The Kong is guilty and too proven innocent, apparently. Well, putting that aside, how do you think Jet would react to the pressure? She's too honorable to give it predictably for a few bucks. She'll get a job at Enoch to help support the team before throwing matches. I guarantee it. Businesswoman Jet. The concept is undeniably appealing. Holding a clipboard, asking it a patent yet firm voice where the TPS reports are. This is the ideal moment for more fan service. Sadly, we must use our imaginations instead. A crushing moment of defeat for everyone involved. We should escape this building before the Enoch security calls security on us. That's probably a good idea. Let's go and see Monk's apartment. People might get a wrong idea about our intentions, though. Psh, it's fine. There's no jail background in this game, so we're safe. Isn't it a bit strange that both female and male Monk have the same kind of room? Come on, there's plenty of complaining about when it comes to cut corners, but it's a bit of a stretch. It's like there's underwear lying on the floor or something. Do a better job of hiding disappointment in your voice next time. Who do you think the picture is on the bookshelf there? It says here that this was a photo of Mock's parents at one point, but that was before the relationship with them was changed in the script. Now it's a picture of Ziz. It seems like some strangely fitting role model for a pro gamer, more something made up on the spot for the sake of the joke. I'll try not to judge too harshly. Additionally, the poster in the background was supposed to be a generic K-pop style poster. The producer reminded a girls group, but instead they got a solo artist. Ah, Mock. Such pedestrian tastes. I was hoping you'd appreciate a YG aesthetic. Hold on, let's skip ahead a bit. How'd you do that? And wait, the color of the background didn't change, it's still 9:38. Time must stand still in this room. It's only the light from outside that changes. This is the writer's favorite background. A stark contrast in the PC bong, which is the producer's favorite. A dark and lonely room versus a bright and social one. Both as places to play StarCraft. Difference of personalities is clear. It's pretty small here, but considering the location is not so bad. Better than Reva's Goshawan, at least. What's the deal with Reva, anyway? She's like the child of Ray and Idra. She grew up in a rural part of Korea where computer was her only friend. She ranks as the poorest person on the team. Really? Well, that's sad. Perhaps we should avoid making jokes at her expense. Reva is also the only person on the team who has a happy, stressful relationship with her parents. They support her pro gamer goals fully, even though they don't understand esports. Yeah, a great bumpkins in love with their only child. All pro gamers should share the story of Double Lift. I don't understand her obsession with mech, though. Its strategy suits Reva's personality quite well. She and Artosis should work together to defend the sanctity of tank lines and double armories. Oh, she'll also switch to a card game for children in the sequel? Cruel. So cruel. The entrance to Namdon Park is across the street on the left. Do you think that most people caught that on their own? Maybe. From the park, you can see Mock's apartment building as well. Too bad the VSL studio is too far away to see from here. Wasn't the actual GSL studio in the top floor of a middle school at one point? Stunt should have a ton of fans show up to his matches. Back already. This area is probably one of the closest to the real location. That being the GSL studio before the move to Gangnam. Roof signs give it away. Even if the lighting and the logo is slightly different. This is where all the regular season games are played throughout the VSL. Around 50 people can fit comfortably in here. There are 4 booths set because of the 2v2 league, but so that players can adjust their settings instead of while the game is ongoing. Keeps things rolling or whatever. Where are the casters? The crowd! I'm all ready to roar! Ready or not? Ready to get... no. I'll maintain my composure. If the devs were brave, they would put the song in the game instead of some random alt. Cowards. Please, nostalgia powering is already close to maximum. At this rate, we've seen it will be far too opaque for the weebs who have been conned reading this far and don't know anything about StarCraft. Those fans have an appreciation to sticking out for this long. They wish to do something to reward their patience? What? They've already got the scene with Day 9! What a waste. They don't know what StarCraft, they wouldn't even know who he is. Such a squandered opportunity. The devs should have conned him into saying something absolutely epic memes.
The Enig fucking assholes named Protoss. Fuck those dudes, man.
Whoa, speak of the devil. You're laying your cards out on the table there, aren't you, Mr. 9?
Ow.
And now we know what racist cat plays. Where were we again? Helping out the newbies. Well, let's start with the term dishwasher. Sounds like nonsense insult to an outsider, right? Doesn't it? I got this one. It's simple. There are chores to be done in the team house generally default to the B-teamers. Calling someone a dishwasher is the same thing as calling them a bench warmer. What? They should just hire a housekeeper. With what, money? Sorry, I channeled Jet there for a moment. Feels like champion status gives her a powerful aura in the studio. It says here that it was originally supposed to be a attendant character to accompany Mr. Kim. She ostensibly fulfilled the role of housekeeper, who would actually be there to keep an eye on the team and report their actions back to Enoch. That's too bad. This game is a visual novel after all. Oh gosh. No projecting, thank you. What? I was just thinking what everybody was already thinking. I mean, look at Bo. That guy looks like he was checking in for Yoshi's workshop. But the ref has losing him on our computer. But sure as bet that she ran home and left to the photo shoot that Jet talked about at the bar. You know, Bolt's history with Jet was briefly addressed in the main game, but there's a lot that Mach never learns about. They seem like they're cut from the same cloth. I bet they had a rivalry in their middle school esports club in the least. Strange. The information of the relationship prior to the beginning of the game is all redacted. Well, it says here that Jet, last longtime friend of hers, is shocked with some replays and then ratted on her to Bolt. That's why he brought the thumb drive for Mach. Damn, betrayed. Well, wait. She's technically the one that initiated the betrayal, so whatever. Mach wants, it didn't matter. You could originally choose whether or not to give the replays back. Hell, I would have probably gone to it just for the free flash drive. Bolt's kind of a weird guy. Well, he's frustrated with the fact that Brood War is losing popularity, and he pushes back that frustration into StarCraft 2 and the people playing it. How childish! What kind of miserable person would let their frustrations and declining popularity of the video game affect those around them? Yeah, I know, don't spoil the fun for everybody else. But he plays StarCraft 2 in secret at the beginning of the game, right? Why is that? Probably because he was already thinking about jumping ship to StarCraft 2 and didn't want his team to know. Either that or he found the game fun. Wait, Bolt is starting to sound vaguely apologetic. He was a huge jerk to Mach. We were supposed to hate him. He's really just another guy trying to make it in esports, erasing how tough it is for Jet's team. Imagine that, plus the fear that all the money your game's seen will be gone soon. And I bet it seemed pretty unfair that a bunch of foreign investment went to StarCraft 2 rather than the game that built up esports as we know it. Wow. I never thought about that. KPGA guys have it tough. Should you expect a Vegeta-style conversation at some point to unite against match fixing then? We said too much as it is. Let's go see the team house before our time runs out. People that see this apartment as humble are sadly mistaken. Team houses are not nearly as nice most of the time. The trade-off is in size. If the team recruits any more players, people might mistake this place for a gold farming den. I bet that fridge is stocked up with Mach's energy drinks. It's very diligent of him to support the companies that sponsor esports so selflessly. What's the layout for the team house anyway? It says here there's 2 bedrooms, one for guys and one for girls. Huh, I was expected Jet to demand a room for herself. And it's too bad someone as laid back as Excel has to share a space with Stunt. Maybe it'll do the kids some good. Excel's an old hand at this stuff. It's unfortunate that Excel's lost due to that contract with Crash. He'd probably be the team's best player. Don't get ahead of yourself. I have the power rankings right here. Oh, dish it out. Who's the best? The skill ranking is as follows. Jet to Excel to Reva to Mach to Stunt. However, Stunt has a high amount of potential to move up if he improves his mindset. Damn, so Bolt is Vegeta. Does that mean Jet is Goku? Excel is Piccolo, Stunt is Gohan, Reva is Android, and Mach, I'm sorry, but you're Yamcha. Hey! Brutal. Couldn't even give him Krillin. But he would tasteless a run for his money when it comes to references here. Alright, so we're gonna wrap this up, boys. Anything you want to say to the fans out there? I have a direct message here from the devs, actually. It says, thanks to our fans who waited patiently on release. We hope that we showed you a good visual novel. Please support us in the future. Fighting! I guess Mako just has self-insert for Korea Boo all along. Oh, and then at the bottom, and a special thank you to all our backers. The project would not have been possible without you. That's us! We did it, guys! We saved esports! Well, we saved SC2VN at least. That about does it for us then. It was a pleasure providing a poorly disguised developer commentary alongside you two. Likewise. Take care. Let's meet again. Before StarCraft 3 comes out, please. So, I'm gonna delete the second half of the commentary because of the unexpected onsen scene. I mean, it's pretty much nothing in the grand scheme of things, but I'm sure that Twitch, not exactly like that, so I'm gonna take that out. But thank you so much for watching this final episode of SC2VN, an esports visual novel. If you want to check out some more of my stuff, my Discord, PlayStation, and Steam all go by this channel name, Tandercia. I also go by DJ MK for Life on Twitter and Spotify. Spotify, the 4 is actually spelled off as FOR. And then blog. I have a blog. My blog spot is mahokumichi.blogspot.com. And I also do audio live streams, so feel free to message me on Discord or Twitter with the hashtag MaximumChord. I usually do broadcast Friday and Saturday, but this Friday, same thing with my live streams. I will not be doing a live stream this Friday due to my GRE. So, but then I'll be able to jump back in my usual schedule on Saturday at 2, right here on YouTube and YouTube and Twitch. So thank you so much for jumping into this game. It was wonderful to share this with you. And up next, I'm going to be playing Jatoon for you guys. So I am really excited to play that for you. And yeah, this is DJ MK signing off of this episode. And if it's evening where you are, see a space cowboy. And if it's morning where you are, have a wonderful day.